Yo, what is going on, everyone? Thank you for checking out today's video. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the new Raging Bolt EX. Now, Raging Bolt is a really cool Pokemon. He's a 240 HP Dragon type EX with 2 attacks. His first attack, Burst Roar, for 1 colorless energy, does let you discard your hand and draw 6 cards, which could be nice if you do end up having a slow start, or if you just not really end up bricking up and you just really need to get a fresh hand. And then the second attack is the main one we're actually going to be focusing on today. It is Bellowing Thunder. For a lightning and a fighting energy, you do 70 times, and you can discard however many basic energies you have in play that you want, and you will do 70 times the amount of energy you choose to discard. Now that does mean that, you know, if we end up discarding like 4 energies, we can hit 280 damage, which is enough to one-shot V-Stars. And then if we do discard 5 energies, we can actually one-shot something like Charizard EX. So the Raging Bolt technically has infinite damage output, even though you're more than likely only going to be using about 5 energies at most. And to kind of supplement that damage output and to help us get energies in play, we are pairing Raging Bolt EX with Sandy Shocks EX. Now, Sandy Shocks EX is in here because of his ability Magnetic Absorption, which says that once during your turn, if your opponent is at 4 or fewer prizes, then you can use this ability to attach a basic fighting energy from your discard pile to this Sandy Shocks. And this is once per turn per Sandy Shocks. So if you have 3 Sandy Shocks in play, you can actually use each of their abilities. Wow, tongue twisters today. You can use each of their abilities once per turn, so you can get an extra 3 energies per turn if you have 3 Sandy Shocks in play. And then the Sandy Shocks actually can be kind of a nice attacker against things like Iron Hand or Arceus V-Star. He will hit both of them for weakness, so it means you won't have to discard the energies for Raging Bolt, which can help you preserve and try and get some bigger knockouts. So the Sandy Shocks attack does do 200 for 3 energies, and then you can't attack with him the next turn, but that's fine. We can just retreat him and use his ability to put the energies back on. Oh, wrong button. And then to kind of round out the Pokemon, we are playing a ton of support Pokemon. We have 1 Lumineon V, 1 Squawkabilly EX, and 1 Mew EX. We are going to be playing Sada's Vitality more often than not for turn, so this Mew can really help us draw some extra cards here and there, since we're not going to be playing things like Professor's Research. And then we do have a pair of Koraidons here. We're choosing to play this Koraidon with Primordial Beatdown, which does 30 damage times the amount of ancient Pokemon you have in play. This is in here as just like a solid 1 prize attacker to help us kind of offset some prizes in certain matchups. And then the other Koraidon we are choosing to play is the old school Koraidon EX from the Scarlet and Violet base set. This is in here as a way to kind of give you an advantage for going first. This is in here for his ability Dino Cry, which says once during your turn you can attach 2 basic energies from your discard pile to any basic fighting Pokemon you have in play, but then your turn ends. And since on turn 1, if we go first, we won't be able to use something like supporters and we can't attack, this ability is a really nice way to end that turn because we really can't do anything else kind of impactful that turn. So this can help us get set up for a big knockout turn 2, especially since something like the Sandy Shocks EXs will not be turned on at that point because our opponent will still be at 6 prizes. And then, as I did mention earlier, we are going to be relying on Sada's Vitality quite heavily in this build. Sada's Vitality does let us attach 2 basic energies to 1 basic energy to 2 different ancient Pokemon that we have in play, and then we will draw 3 cards. This is a real nice way to keep a consistent flow of energies to make sure we hit knockouts from turn to turn. And then for the other supporters, we are playing 2 Boss's Orders, because in like the mid to late game, once we get the Sandy Shocks established, we can actually not need to rely on Sada too much. So we might have some free turns here and there where we can actually use Boss. And then we have 1 copy of Iono as just a way to give us some disruption in the late game, try and help us kind of establish a checkmate scenario. And because we do kind of aggressively thin through our deck, it can actually help us not deck out, funny enough. So I really like the inclusion of 1 Iono in this deck. And other than that, we are just playing kind of like a standard turbo package. We have 3 Pokestop, 3 trekking shoes, 4 nest balls. We're playing 3 earthen vessels because we really need to see our energies quite fast and quite frequently. So we're choosing to play 3 of those earthen vessels, and then we do have 3 energy switch as well. This combos really nicely with both Sandy Shocks and Sada's Vitality, because if we just have Sandy Shocks sitting on the bench building up energies from turn to turn, this can really help us, just kind of, attach from hand and then energy switch and build up a Raging Bolt from like out of nowhere without the need of a Sada. So that's really nice. And then the ace pick we are choosing to play is Prime Catcher. There is kind of a reason to maybe play the Drum as extra draw power, but with a deck like Raging Bolt where you can really just kind of KO whatever you want, sometimes you do need just, item based gust to go and chase down a big threat that your opponent is trying to keep safe on the bench. And being able to draw more cards with the Drum really isn't super necessary. But yeah, guys, so that's the Raging Bolt deck list that we are going to be playing with today. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up on screen right now. And then if you guys do enjoy this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment down below which of the new ancient forms is your favorite, the Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire, or Walking Wake. I personally am a big fan of Raging Bolt, and I'm curious to see what your guys' favorite is. Alrighty, I'll see you in the gameplay. Alrighty, we did get matched up against somebody with 1340 ELO, so that's pretty good. This should hopefully be quite the competitive game. And go with heads like always. Okay, we do lose the coin flip. The opponent is probably going to select to go first. Alrighty, the opponent is going first. Okay. I did notice that they were using the Arceus sleeves, so it does make me think that they are playing an Arceus deck. And of course, we start the fish. We actually have a really bad start. Okay, we're probably playing against Charizard with Jet Energies. We will take the mulligan. Okay, we got our boy Bolt. Probably should have kept that in hand, honestly. Okay, so this is Arc Armarouge. I guess it could just be some variant of Armarouge. But we did see the Jet Energies. They are using the Arc sleeves. There's only a Bidoof, so yeah, if this was like a true Armarouge deck, there would probably be more Charcadets being grabbed or something along those lines. So this is probably an Arc variant, and they just whiffed the Arc turn 1, I believe. I'm hoping. If they did, okay, they didn't. Let's see what they discard here. They're probably going to go grab that Arc V that I'm assuming that they are playing. Yep, Arc Armarouge. They did have to get rid of an Armarouge and a V-Star, so that's pretty costly. Getting rid of the V-Star tells me that they, somewhere in these two cards, they did Poffin for a Bidoof, and they got rid of a V-Star. So one of these cards is probably a Bibarel. Holy wow, this hand is bad. Believe it or not, I'm actually just gonna discard this hand with Burst Roar. This hand is gonna go nowhere fast. We were not set up for greatness there. Okay, they did have another V-Star. What I'm actually really hoping that they do is that they, okay, never mind. I was gonna hope that they Starbirth for boss and kill the Luminion, so that way our Sandy Shocks would be turned on. This hand is actually better than the other one that we had. Because now we can attach the electric here. We can Ultra Ball the 2 fightings, grab Sandy Shocks is probably what I'll grab. And then I can Sada to the Shocks and the Bolt, which will give us 4 energies in play, which means that we will be able to knock out this Arceus V-Star. And then we do have the Pokestop to help mill some more cards. We are down 2 Sadas because of that burst drawer, which is unfortunate. But do they play Relicanth? Please tell me you play Relicanth. Okay, this is a cool combo. So they're gonna jet the Arc, discard a fire, grab the Armor Rouge, base into the Armor Rouge, and then use Armor Rouge to move the energy up to the Arc. Although this is gonna leave them really susceptible to just getting knocked out by Raging Bolt if they don't put like another V in play, because they're gonna have no energies. So if, okay, this is still 10 short. That was almost really dangerous, but this is 10 short. Okay, I think we're actually gonna just win this game now, because we're gonna knock this out. Oh, and they overcommitted a bunch of energies, which makes sense given armors. Wait. Oh, they didn't have a double turbo. Never mind. Wow. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna go here. We're gonna get rid of these. I'm gonna go grab a Sandy Shocks. I kind of want a Pokestop to see if I can hit a Nest Ball, because I don't really want to Sada to the Koraidon. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Okay, we did hit the Nest Ball. I'm gonna go get another Sandy Shocks. Hold on. Okay, we do have an energy switch in here. Because I'm just trying to think about how I'm gonna get the Lumineon out of the active, and I might have to attach to it, which is why I kind of want to get the Bolt. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Bolt. We're gonna Sada Electric Fighting. Okay. We're gonna Magnetic Absorption. This Mew is 100% coming down. And then I'm gonna Ultra Ball away the Nest Ball, the Electric Energy, grab another Sandy Shocks, attach to the Raging Bolt, and then Mew for 3. And then we need to hit Switch Cart or Energy Switch. Because if I attach here, I need the Energy Switch. Whereas if I attach here, then I have Energy Switch or Switch Cart. So we're going to go here. Unfortunate. Yeah, so we're going to go down 4 prizes. Okay, this is going to get kind of rough now. So he got Mew and Heatran off of his prizes, I'm assuming, because he didn't put either one of those down last turn. Or they. Sorry, I probably shouldn't use he. They didn't get... Or they didn't bench those last turn, which makes me believe that they drew them off the prizes. And given by the time my opponent is taking here, it kind of feels like their hand is a little dead. And they did just use a Super Rod just for Armor Rouge, which means that they're probably trying to draw a couple cards with the Mew. And they're probably really debating on the Pokestop. Yeah, they don't even have, like, right now, they don't have a good, like, retreat play to try and preserve some of these energies. Because, like, they can get rid of the jet and the fire, but they don't have, like, anything good to attack with. So... okay, they're gonna boss probably kill this Sandy Shocks. That makes the most sense to me. I mean, they could try to go for the Mew since, like, my hand is kind of not the greatest. They're going for the Bolt? Okay, so I am getting... oh, is he gonna copy Bellowing Thunder and discard all of his energies? I mean, he'd have to discard all 5 basic energies for that. Okay, there's a Gouging Fire. So now we have an alternate attacker established. Oh wait, no, this won't even get a knockout. Because of the double turbo. Or, like, there's not enough energies here. Okay. Okay, this is getting really interesting. Because this only discards basic energies, which he only has 4 of, so he can only hit me for 280, and then with the double turbo, he's only hitting 260. Which means that if he does play something like Lost Vacuum, he could potentially get like a 4 prize turn. Which would be really bad. Okay, he's only just gonna discard the 1 energy. Okay, there's the switch card, one card too late. We got the Super Rod, which doesn't really do anything. We did mill another supporter. I could switch cart into the Mew to keep this out of range of the Gouging Fire, which seems like a good idea. We do have the free retreat with the Mew EX. We don't really have anything we want to Super Rod, so I actually am just going to Ultra Ball these away. I'm going to fail it. And I'm going to go for the restart for 3. Okay. We did get some PAL pads, or a PAL pad, and a Pokegear. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the most I can only hit is 120 with this Baby Koraidon, which is not enough to kill this. So I think the correct play is just to go into the Bolt. Go here. Use Bellowing Thunder. We're gonna do 1, 2, and then 3. So that way each one of these Sandy Shocks has 1 energy left, which means that, like, if he tries to boss KO 1, it's still just like an ability plus an attach or a SADA to try and get the remaining energies we need. So yeah, our opponent really is not in a good spot, especially after that switch cart, because now this is only doing 250. He did get another arc that he could accelerate to, which is good for him. Sorry. He does play. They do play Lost Vacuum. Okay, so they will be getting a knockout here. That's really bad. I'm assuming they have enough fire energies left. They do. Okay, yeah, they play a boatload of fire energies. We would really like to find another ancient booster capsule here for the Sandy Shocks that we're about to attack with. We're just gonna go Sada, put the 2 electrics down. We're gonna go absorption, absorption. We're gonna go trekking shoes. We're gonna discard that. The only supporter that's left in the deck would be another boss. We're gonna do this. Okay. There's all the support cards that we were like looking for the whole game. Okay, is the other booster? The other booster capsule is in here. We're gonna go ahead and concealed cards. Okay. We're going to Ultra Ball, get that last bolt out of the deck. And then I'm gonna Pokegear, grab the boss. We're really just trying to grab that booster capsule. And we didn't get it. Well, that means we lose. Unfortunately. Because the Sandy Shocks can come up, KO this, and then all he has to do is promote the Gouging Fire, and then Armarouge move the energies to it. And then we can't, like, Prime Catcher kill the Armarouge because the belt is still here. So, we just had some really unfortunate draws this game. But, as you can see, like, you know, we still were able to do things. Yeah, we couldn't even, like, try to stall the Heatran because he has 6 energies, so he could move 3 to the Heatran, retreat, and then promote the fire and put 3 on that. And like we could burn all 3 of these, but we can't draw with the Mew because we have exactly 3 cards in our hand. So yeah, unfortunately, we just were not able to get the W in this game, but you know, we were still able to show off the power that Bolt has. Yeah, it was just really unfortunate. We had a very slow start and a very slow middle game. Our opponent is just going to BM us here real quick, which is nice. If you guys are ever in a position where you just have the game, please just end the game. Like, especially if your opponent is being courteous enough to let you take the knockout. Don't, you know, overextend and keep doing actions. Just go ahead and take the knockout and let the game be over. Because like my opponent there had no reason to play the Airy. I guess I could defend them and say that they just wanted to know what was in our hand to see if we had the way to win. That's a fair statement, but they should have just taken the knockout. But yeah, guys, that was our video with Raging Bolt. It's unfortunate we did take the loss today, but I do still think that the gameplay was competitive enough, and it really did showcase the power that Raging Bolt has. Even Sandy Shocks being able to be an alternate attacker against things like Arceus V-Star is really nice for us. And yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy today's content. If you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then go ahead and leave a comment down below telling me what your favorite Paradox Pokemon of all time is. And then I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.